Hi, welcome to AllBrands After Hours with me, your host, Courtney Douthat. Welcome to the show where we hang out and craft together. Today we're using our Brother Printmoda to create a custom birthday shirt for my son. Let's do this. My little boy's birthday's coming up, and of course, I can't just have him in a regular shirt. I've got to make a custom birthday shirt. Now, I'm going to do something a little bit different, something that I don't think we've ever done on the show, is I'm actually going to use my Printmoda to make a image transfer for a shirt. Now, Courtney, wait a second, I thought that was just to print out fabric. So if I wanted to make an applique, or if I wanted to create a bag, I could print my own fabric with the Brothers fabric printer, Printmoda. Yes and no. Well, yes. But what I like to do is I actually put a Heat and Bond Ultra or any really good sealer on the back of that fabric, and then I can heat it down to a shirt or anything that I want, and then it almost makes like an image transfer. Now, I know that you can buy a lot of those things online or at like a big box store, and they're the sheets. But then you're only stuck with like what, an 8x11 sheet that you can put in your regular inkjet printer, and then that's the only size you can. And then a lot of times those things fade. But I've noticed with my fabric printer, Printmoda, it doesn't fade over time because they've already pre-treated that fabric. It's 100% cotton broadcloth. They've already treated it, and it works fantastic and doesn't fade over time. Because I don't know if you're like my kids, if your kids are like mine, but they wear their birthday shirts all year. They become their favorite shirts because I always make them with whatever character they're really into or whatever theme they're really into. So they want to wear the shirt a lot, and I don't want it to fade. So putting that Heat and Bond Ultra like I do on the back of it makes it to where I don't have to put stitches in it, and I can custom make it out of anything I want. Now, usually I would make my own design, and it takes a long time, and I Photoshop it, and it's a whole situation. Today, I am just buying one off of Etsy, and I thought it'd be interesting for you guys to see the step-by-step process of what I do to get it over to the Printmoda. So like I mentioned, I usually would make my own, but this time I bought one. So I actually bought this one, and this was actually made for sublimation. Now, you don't have to pick a sublimation. I just happened to find one that I did like. You could just find an image that you liked, and you could print that. I like that I could edit this one, so I can edit for his name and edit for his age and already have it done and then just print it. This did not have to be a sublimation design. Again, it could have just been an image. I just wanted something that I could edit. So that's why I picked this one. All right, so now that I've found what I wanted, I'm going to go ahead and hit that add to cart and put it in my cart to purchase it. Again, this one was $1.87 and I don't have to actually do any editing other than just dropping in the name and the age he's turning, and then that's done. It's so quick, so easy. Now, I go ahead and I do download this to my phone because I'm doing it off my phone because it is Artspirit. So it does have to be off of a phone or a tablet because it is app based. So once I do that, I just downloaded it and it goes into my photos, just like how any photo that I've taken on my phone would do. All right, so you see me hitting that PDF. I go to my downloads right here, and it's going to be right there. So it is the first one. I'm going to click on that one, and it tells me to click this link to be able to get to that template. And there it is. And now this is the editable template, so I can, again, change the name to John instead of Michael. Don't know who Michael is. I'm sure he's a nice little fella. And I can also change the 10 to an 8 because he is turning 8. Now, this is all edited through Canva because that is the editing that the person that I purchased it from off Etsy wanted me to use. So they had it linked to Canva, which Canva is very easy. If you guys have never used Canva, it is super, super easy to use. So if you notice here, I'm turning that 8, I'm rotating it. I'm going to move the TH to kind of align with it. So I do like Canva for that there are parts that you can edit. Now, if the person who created the design locks any of it, like I can't move the happy and the birthday on there, but it did allow me to move those two parts of it. All right, and once I'm done with that, I'm going to select download. So that way I can download it, again, to my photos so I can go ahead and bring it up in Artspira. And I kept it as a PNG because I know that Artspira can read a PNG, so I should have no issues with this. All right, now it's preparing my design. Very cute. And there it is. Happy 8th birthday, John. Your design is ready to go, so we're going to hit download. And there you go, download. And now we're going to be able to go into our downloads
and pull that one up right there. And then I go ahead and act like I'm sending it down at the bottom on the left side. And then I just hit save. And then it saves it to my photos. So our image is ready to go. So I'm going to go into Artspira right here. Go under new. And then we're going to select custom size because I want to make a custom size. So I think I ended up selecting a 12-inch because I wanted it more of a square image for his shirt. There we go. And I'm going to hit the plus, go to my camera roll. I'm going to allow it to see additional photos because you can tell it what photos you want it to be able to see. It won't have access to all your photos. So I'm going to bring up that photo of our Sonic guy and enlarge it. I'd usually just do it with my fingers and, push them further out. All right, there's our photo. Fantastic. He looks wonderful. And now that we have that, you could do any editing to him, but I like him. I think he's great. So I'm going to keep him as is. I'm then going to come to the top and hit OK. And then done. You can save this if you want. I'm not going to save it. There we go. And now our printer is selected for our Printmoda. Just make sure they're on the same Wi-Fi. If you want to change any of the print settings, you absolutely can. But there is my Printmoda, and all I have to do is hit print.
All right, so I've hit print. It's ready to go, and it's going to go ahead and send it over there. There it goes. This is going to be so cute. All right, data's transfer complete. So she is sent over. I still do like to have it open. I don't know why. It's a thing with me. So whenever it is doing that percentage of that data, don't turn your phone off. Don't click out of Artspira or anything like that until it tells you that data complete because it will mess up your print. And then it's going to give you half of your print. Did you hear the cutter? Oh, it's out. Oh my goodness. All right, there it is. Oh my goodness. He is going to just scream with excitement. He is going to love this. And it did a very good job. Okay, Printmoda. So it's got a plastic backing on the back of it because that's how Printmoda, that's a huge image. Like, I'm sorry, you can't buy that at the store. Like, that is a big image and we could have went bigger. That is so cool. Anyways, all right, so there is that plastic backing on there. So usually what they recommend is you leave it flat to dry for 15 minutes and then peel off that backing and then, or heat set it. I do both because, just a little bit of cautious, but I do like to leave it to dry because that is wet ink on there right now. But then as soon as it is a little bit dry, I'm never that patient, I do peel off that backing. Now when you do heat set it, please make sure you peel off that plastic backing because that is plastic. Now I haven't had anything get hurt from it or anything like that. I want to peel this off so bad. All right, let's do it. But it is good practice. All right, so that clear spot, that is now done. Throw that away. And now this is just regular fabric. So that way when it's on his shirt, it's not something hard or, prickly or something like that on him or stiff in any kind of way. It's just pretty fabric. Now I have two shirts here. I've got a red shirt and I've got a light blue shirt because I wasn't sure what color it would look best with. Now usually I do these on white shirts, but they were out of white at my local store. So very sad. Ooh, the red does look good. I do like the red. Let's see what it looks like on the blue. Oh no, it looks good on both. Let me show you guys up close. All right, so this is what it looks like on the blue. And I am going to have the white cut off, so do not worry about that. The white is going to go away. So all this on the sides is gonna get cut off. So I like that. That does look good. Or do we like the red? Let's see. This is probably the easiest birthday shirt I've ever made. Oh no, I like the red. I like the red, I do. I think I like the red. Let me know in the comments, what would you have done? Would you have done red or blue?
Now I do want to show you something, just a little trick. If you go into your photos and go into, now this is in your actual photos in your phone, and you can go to the contrast and up the contrast and also up the saturation. Our phones are so overly saturated that whenever you print, sometimes you'll be like, wow, it didn't print as vibrant. It's because your phone's saturation is so high. So if you up the saturation of your photo before you actually bring it in Artspira and then print it out, it will help with that.
Okay, so now I'll be able to compare the regular one we just did with the one we upped the saturation, we upped the contrast on it so we can kind of compare and contrast. I know that this is going to be darker. Now again, nothing wrong with this. Are you kidding me? This is fantastic. But I just want to show you what it is. Our phones are so, the saturation on our phones are already so high that whenever you print something and you're like, wait, it's not as dark, that's why. Oh yeah, that did great. So I'm gonna put them next to each other. So you can see there's not a huge difference, but I can tell a difference. So this one right here is the original one we printed, and this one is the one we upped the contrast on. Do you see, like, you can tell in his forehead, you see how this is so much darker here, and like how this side is so much brighter, and then you go to this one, it's like a little bit more gray, and this is not as bright. Alrighty, so now we have that. I've gone ahead, taken off the back of the second one I did. I have the first one right here. Honestly, I have ideas for both of them. Don't you worry, they're both being used. Alright, so what I'm going to do now that I've taken off that backing, I've let it set for a few minutes, is I am going to take an iron. I've already got it heated up over here, and I'm just going to heat set it. Now, I usually recommend just to put down some fabrics of some kind on top of it, and then heat set. If you've got a pressing mat or something, I'm just using this shirt just to heat set it real fast. It's okay if you do put the iron to the actual ink. So if you're just heat set it. There we go. That's it. That's all you have to do. She still did. She's fantastic. She's wonderful. Now, I am going to put this on the shirt, but I don't really want all this white around here to be on my shirt. It's just not giving, you know, cool custom. It's giving a big giant patch. So what I'm going to do is I actually have some Heat and Bond Ultra right here. If you've never worked with Heat and Bond Ultra, you'll hear me talk about it all the time because I absolutely love it. And what it is it's a paper like this, and it's got like a shiny backing to it. And what that is an adhesive. So you can put it on the back of your appliques or anything like that, and it's going to glue down to whatever you're putting it to. So I like using it for appliques. So I'm going to take my Heat and Bond Ultra right here, and I'm going to take my fabric. I'm going to put it correct side, right side down on my mat right here. And this is just a wool mat. I have them linked. I always link it. Guys, I literally have the iron link down below. I don't know if y'all know that. All right, so I'm gonna take that shiny side down on the back of my material because this is how I'm going to attach it to my shirt. Because I don't really feel like putting stitches down on this. So if I put this on the back, I don't have to. You could put stitches if you wanted to. I really don't feel like it. Because sometimes I don't feel like using my PR machine because I'm not going to do a shirt on a flatbed. I'm sorry, I'm just not. All right, so I'm going to heat this down. Again, glue side towards the wrong side of the mat, paper side up right now. Just gluing that down, and that's going to seal onto that fabric. But like I was saying, I love doing it this way. It's quick, it's easy. It's just a fun little shirt that he can now wear for his birthday. Now, the design we bought, that was made for a sublimation printer. It was, and I just went ahead and printed on Printmoda on fabric and did this, and now I've bridged the gap. Now, does it sink into the shirt like sublimation would? No, sublimation turns that ink into a gas and actually goes into the fabric, where Printmoda is just ink on this jet ink on the fabric that has been pre-treated to retain that ink. So that is the difference between those two. But this is how I bridge the gap, because sometimes I don't feel like doing a sublimation. I just want to do something quick. And again, it's fabric and it's going to sink down on that shirt and not feel like something stiff in any kind of way. It still stays this pretty fabric. All right, so we've got this. Now again, I don't want this white border. So what I'm actually going to do is grab a low-tack mat. What, Courtney, you never use low-tack mats. I know. And I'm gonna put this paper side down on that low-tack mat. Now, Courtney, why would you not want to put this on a fabric mat that you have sitting right here or a standard mat? Because that paper could get stuck to that mat and then I'm shredding off paper later. The low-tack mat was made to retain paper, or to be able to hold on to paper. It's not as sticky as the other ones are. So I'm actually going to do that. Usually when you see me do an applique, I tell you to put fabric side down on a fabric mat because I want that fabric to be held. But for this instance, I'm actually going to do a direct cut. So I need to be able to see my design. I could probably see it a little bit through the back, but I want to make sure I'm seeing that design, and I'm going to do an offset cut. All right, all my low-tack mats are grubby. So I'm going to use this really old standard mat, but I recommend the blue low-tack. All right, so we're going to do paper side down on the mat. Like this. All right, she's on there. And then we're going to go ahead and load her in our machine. All right, so now we've got that, I'm gonna go ahead and hit scan. Direct cut, which we never do, it's kind of fun, from our machine, and we're gonna hit start. And what this is going to do is it's gonna scan in our mat to tell us what do we have available to us on the mat. So I'm gonna be able to see that exact design, so our little Shadow, it's Shadow's the guy on there, not Sonic. But I'm gonna get to see him on there so I can do some fun little things with him. All right, so there he is, fantastic in all of his glory. Let's go ahead and we're gonna hit okay. And now it's recognizing it. So it's taking that scan and turning it into something we can actually edit and we can play with here. All right, there we go. All right, now that looks so good. That looks so great. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and hit okay. All right, now it's giving me the outside, which is what I want. It's actually even going in, I don't know if you can tell, going into the 8 because there's that white gap around there. So what I want to do is I want to select this tool right here, which is our offset tool. So I'm going to select that. And now I want it to offset. So I don't want it to actually cut right on the line, so right on that curve. I want to leave a little bit of a white border because there's a white border around that 8, and I think it would look really nice and consistent. So we're going to hit that plus sign. All right, and we're gonna decide how big do we want this. Okay, now did you see where it jumped out of the 8, where it was in there? Because it didn't have enough space in there, which is exactly what I want. That is fantastic. Now I know the 8, or the border around the 8 is a little bit bigger, so I feel like if I make this a little bit bigger, there we go, it would be consistent with the white border around there. So that way it feels like a collective design. Now, if you don't want the white border, you don't have to, and you can absolutely cut it right on the money. But I think I really would love a border. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit okay. Oh my goodness, let's hit okay again. All right, so there we go. So we're going to please select, and we wanna cut. Now, if you notice that image, oh, it's so good. It's so good, it's exactly what I wanted. All right, now to be able to cut this out, you could do a number of things. You could take your thin fabric blade to cut it out. You could use your rotary blade to cut it out. It's 100% to you. Now, I know some people get nervous about the cutting out the paper backing with their rotary blade or any of their fabric blades, but I'm okay with it. I have a blade that's my thin fabric blade that I kind of consider it my applique blade, and I know I'm going to use it to cut out things that have that paper backing. All right, so I'm gonna drop that in my machine. Everything lights up once it's in there. All right, let's hit start. All right, here she goes. I'm so excited. It's so good. I'm just excited. All right, make sure she's on my mat, because again, this mat has seen better days. There she goes. I'm cheating, I'm looking at the back. I'm like, okay. Oh, it's so good. It's better than I could ever do by hand, I'm gonna be honest. Okay, that was fast. All right, there we go. Let's go ahead and we're gonna unload. Are you kidding me? Like, it's so good. Oh yeah, oh, that border? Yeah, you not get excited. All right, so I'm going to take my spatula tool right here. Ooh, she is gunky. And I'm going to put it underneath, and I'm gonna wiggle because there is a paper backing, but again, this mat is not very sticky. Ooh. Look at that, look at that, that's so good. All right, thank you, Matt, appreciate your time and effort. So let's go ahead, let's grab my shirt and put it down on my mat right here. All right, lovely, got my shirt right here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my shirt and I'm actually going to fold it in half real fast, like this, so I can get a center mark. It's a fun little trick that absolutely saves me sometimes. There we go. Turn my iron on. There we go. I saw a lot of you are saying you had this iron, you did not realize that it had an on and off and you thought it was defective. Yeah, it's just got a little green on and off that you can select and turns it on and off. Yep. And the first thing I always do when I get a new toy is I press all the buttons. I want to see what it does. All right, there we go. And I'm just going to lightly, like that, so I know where the center is. So now when I unfold it, I've got the center. Now, Courtney, why is it that there's a dark shadow now on that shirt? Well, whenever you heat something red, so like this red shirt on there, the heat makes it look darker. But don't worry, over time that fades and then it goes right back to the same color. So I did not realize that that was something that most people didn't realize, and my sister was doing a red shirt and she was like, oh no, it's messed up. I burnt it. It's burnt. I'm like, no, don't worry. That's just, you know, part of it. All right, so let's go ahead. Oh, that's cute. I think I'll bring it up. All right, so let's take off that paper backing from that Heat & Bond Ultra. So you just peel it away, just like that. And you see how that now it looks shimmery on there, or like got that little sheen. That's the glue. So I'm just make sure I'm getting all of the bits. I usually like to hit my shirts with a lint roller because we have kitties and puppies and all that fun stuff at home. So I do like to usually hit it with the seam roller. All right, so this, well, the center of this design, he's kind of running off, so it's fine. But we did iron it down, so I can tell where the center is. Here we go. Okay, then I kind of like my designs higher up. I did such a large design, like the bottom of the shirt's down here, so it's kind of great. I don't usually put it in center. I kind of put it towards the front because that's where his little head is, so I want it near there. All right, so it looks wonderful. I'm ready to heat it down. So I've got my iron here, and I'm just going to start heating it down. Oh my goodness, this is gonna be so cool. How easy was this, right? And yes, we could have cut it by hand around if you wanted to, but I know me, I'm not gonna leave the perfect border like that. It's perfect. And around that 8, are you kidding me? No, I'm not doing that by hand. I'm just gonna throw it into my ScanNCut and do a direct cut, and it's fantastic. And again, it would have cut right on that line if I wanted to, but I wanted to leave that little bit of border because there's that border, you see that white border around that 8. So I wanted to leave a little bit of that, so it worked out beautifully. So good. Oh, he's gonna love this shirt. Oh my goodness. And again, it's just fabric, so it doesn't feel like hard or blocky in any kind of way. It's just perfectly on there. It's just more fabric. It's just another little layer of fabric. Now, something I didn't do and I usually like to do on this kind of thing is I like to preheat my shirt. So I usually take an iron and I iron whatever it is. So the shirt, I would have ironed it first and then put this on there, and it just kind of heats it up and gets it ready. It's like preheating your oven kind of thing. But if you don't do it, if you can tell, it still works beautifully. There it is. Oh, look, it's so good. Oh, that came out beautifully. Oh, and I love how the 8 kind of goes up against the collar a little and kind of hugs it. Oh, he's gonna love this. And again, it's just fabric. So when I open it up, it's, you know, it goes with the shirt. It's moving with the shirt. There's nothing weird or hard or awkward about it. It's going fantastic. Oh, he's gonna love this. Now, since we use the Heat & Bond line, I don't have to stitch it around, but you could if you wanted to. Just go and maybe stitch around there and then you'd be fine. But I know that this is not, it's not coming off. It's on there now. So that is an easy way to do a shirt, and with the Brother Printmoda, which of course the Brother Printmoda is available on our website, allbrands.com, as well as the Brother ScanNCut. And if you're near one of our locations, the Brother Avenir, and all of them are all in there. So definitely come by and check them out. And when you do purchase through us, not only are you supporting a small family-owned business, but you're also helping us continue this free education that we do. And we truly appreciate when you guys do purchase through us. Thank you so much. And if you haven't already, make sure you sign up for AllBrands Academy. That is a 2-day event in our San Antonio location. We split it up into 6 classrooms and you rotate. That location is huge. And we do a lot of fun things. So if you want to come hang out with me and do some classes in a very small group, because we do keep smaller groups, that way we can be able to talk to you better one-on-one. Make sure you sign up for AllBrands Academy. There is only a handful of spots left. I'm not even kidding. It's limited. So make sure you sign up for that and come hang out with us in San Antonio, Texas. And I've heard it's a fun place just to take a trip. So if you are nearby and you just want to come travel down, definitely make sure you do. All right, guys, don't forget to like and subscribe. It's the easiest way to let us know that you want more of these videos. Y'all have a good night. Bye, y'all. Together. Today we're making a custom birthday shirt for my son using our Printmoda. Our Brother machines? Or Printmoda? Yes, yeah. Alright. Oh jeez, that scared me. Oh my god, that scared the bejesus out of me. Okay. So let's put our hiccups. Let's put our design on our mat. All right, so now we've got that, I'm gonna go ahead and hit scan. scan to cut data. Nope. Direct cut. Oh, I'm getting major mom points with this shirt. I'm getting major mom points.